Okay, let's go. This is my 2:30 a.m. Sunday morning Coca-Cola rant about politics because I have a lot to say, but I don't know what the rational solutions are, really truthfully speaking, because and like all respect to my sister, but it was like when she was like, I don't want to get too much into politics. She does come from a different country where the politics are a little more brash than they are here in America, but I was like, you know what? I just, no matter what I do, I cannot get by with the excuse of somebody who doesn't want to talk about it, because I think we've been kind of conditioned to just be like, oh, politics is supposed to be boring because things are supposed to work that way. But I think politics was boring because we were young. And there's a lot of things that we're discovering now as generation, and I'm talking about Generation Z, that we're learning about, that this politics that was boring was actually just them doing diabolical shit, but they had the language and the you know composure to speak about things as if they were normal when they actually weren't. Like, we think about, what they did in Iran, what they did to Syria, what they did to certain parts in Africa, what they did to parts in Asia, right? What we did in some Caribbean islands. Like, those things they've done in the past, from the Kissingers to the Cold War to now, have been so diabolical. But the reason why they've been able to get away with it is because they had some decorum. But now that there's no decorum, people are actually having to pay attention, because they're like, this man is actually nuts, when the truth is he's just been exposing something that's been always there for the entire duration of the entire country's birth. You know who I'm talking about. But I'm just like, it just baffles me, because, I'm like, you would think that working in a place where, like, you're literally learning about politics every day makes it harder when you're, like, not supposed to be partisan. But it actually makes it easier, because when I actually learn about what this government does to people, and like how it treats people, and how it, like, literally only gauges the interests of businesses, and how people can literally not fathom the fact that, hey, maybe we actually deserve more than what we're being provided right now. It's like, y'all will be like, no, I want to be the only person, I want to be the only individual who obtains this sort of wealth, even though this wealth is not going to solve most of your problems. Even though, like, I know right now, for a lot of people, including myself, money would literally fix like half of my issues right now, maybe even like 90% of my issues. But I know it wouldn't fulfill me in a way that would, like, make me feel good, like if I'm supposed to get like a calm sense of, like, a peace of mind, right? Like, if I have just even a little bit, right, and I can go out there and I can, like, spend time in nature, I'm good. But now it's like, okay, now I can barely even afford luxury of nature because they want to build AI and data centers. It's like, I feel like even all these new innovations that are happening right now, like, AI has been in the spectrum for a long time, but it's like, I think it's like, I'm not too familiar with it, but like with algorithmic models, right? Algorithmic models where, you know, you can split stuff, but you're not using it to do your tasks, versus now with generative AI, where that thing literally does everything for you. And it's like, we're getting into this reality of Wall-E of a sort. It's like, I'm like, they're like shoving it down. The problem with all these corporations and this consumption era is that they shove things down your throat. Like, you never even get time to breathe. And it's like, now times when I sit with my own head and I'm like, there's so much more that I could be doing. Like, I'm not moving fast enough. I'm like, why do I feel this way? And why am I literally, like, why is it so hard for me to remove myself from this idea of productivity? And it's like, oh, this is because this is literally what I was born with. This is literally how most of my peers are like. And it's like, anybody who, like, tends to take the time to relax and not take things seriously is seen as somebody who does not give a shit about, their productivity, their place in America. And I'm like, what if we don't actually need a place? What if we just kind of do what we need to do, like the basic stuff to keep us alive? What if we actually provide the basic necessities? What if we do this? Like, we're always trying to find, capitalism is literally trying to find the roundabouts for problems that you can easily fix if you actually just addressed it. But the problem is, not everything that is good is also efficient for capitalism. Like in Mandami's case, right? He's literally fixing most of the issues in New York City. Of course, there's not all, but like a lot of them, and it's like crime is down. You literally just have to do the most effective thing for everybody. But this is not a place that literally caters to the needs of the working class people. And it's like sooner or later, like now that we actually know what the fuck is going on because Trump has no filter, we're gonna learn. And it's like the last thing, I think I've said this multiple times in this channel too, but like literally the minute that y'all start looking at the police the same way y'all start looking at ICE, or y'all started looking at ICE, one step closer, one step closer. So it's just like, for me, running back to politics, everything that you do affects you. The regulations, the rules, or the lack thereof of regulations and consumption, right? The generative AI that's being lumped to you, the data centers that are being the data centers that are being built in front of you, the water that you consume, the energy that your energy bills go up. Why are they going up? Why are gas prices going up? Why is everything going up? Why is everything so expensive? It literally has to do with the government. And you start local, right? You start with the things that you can change in the itty bitty, because nothing starts at the top. Everything starts local. There is literally a reason why this government is trying to actively stop these socialist parties in these small places from going. Virginia, Georgia, even Mississippi, here where I live, right here in Michigan, here in, I don't know, fucking, even maybe even some parts of Texas, Florida, right? He's trying to stop them, but like he can't. The try to wife stuff is also propaganda. Everything is high key propaganda. We are not immune to propaganda. I myself is not immune. I myself is not. What the fuck? Child. Anyways, sorry, that was my YouTube going off. Not YouTube, it's TikTok. Cause sometimes like TikTok does that stupid thing where it's like I'll go over something. I don't know. The point is, I'm just like, please stop saying that politics doesn't affect you, because it does, whether you like it or not. And I'm not saying that you have to be, entirely in tune well, no, you should be in tune every day. Actually, you should. No excuses. You should be in tune with what's happening every day. And also, when you're learning about things that are happening, don't go only on American news. Try and look for other outlets, local outlets. Maybe you can even do Al Jazeera. You really could, but try and look for local outlets that are in other countries that explain what's going on and get different points of views, because you cannot get your source from one person. You can't go to a bully and say, "Are you hurting this person?" You think they're gonna tell you the truth? No, they're not. They want to keep going because that's they're bullies. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see what the bully is doing and what is his thing, and then I'm gonna see what the victim is doing and see his thing, and then I'm gonna decide. Okay, like that's how we operate. But like, tell it how it is. Don't bullshit it. And that's for the news outlets, because they like to bullshit everything. But that's literally how they get money. Everything is money, but yet we all need money. We're never gonna get the money. We're never gonna get the things that we want if we're so money obsessed. Maybe we need to start looking at like, hey, I wish my friends could also afford this stuff. Like, why can't my friend afford this? Because everything's expensive. You go into this loophole, oh, it's the government's fault. How can I get this way? How can I get this thing to change so my friend can go out with me, bro? Like, if me and my friends didn't have to pay so much for gas, for our car payments, for our student loans, bro, I'm pretty sure I'd be hanging out with them damn near every day. We would have the greatest 20s of our lives. But here I am having to listen to we're just here on the internet. We all live in a digitalized world, and it's kind of sad, but it's kind of what it is. And I guess that's how I'm going to be living my 20s until I get my life together. I'm still working on it too, but I don't know. It's just, this shit just fucks you over after a while, and it's, yeah. So I'm just like, for the love of God, politics affects you, okay? If you can go on Love Island and you can see all those violent, vile men, though I guarantee you most of those men, same in the Hollywood, not Hollywood, of course Hollywood world, same in the political world. Actually, to a T probably. But they start young. They start real young. They start like a Sincere. They start like a KC. They start like even fucking a Corbin. Okay? Like, it's not really that hard. Okay? They make it difficult on purpose. They use these big ass words to like try and confuse you. They ain't big. I don't care if they went to Yale. I don't care if they done to Harvard. Are they actively using their degrees to help people? No, they're using those degrees to help corporations because that's what they were taught by their parents. Fuck a Harvard, fuck a Yale, fuck them big Ivy League schools. If you're only going to use that to help yourself and not do something, actually doing something for the betterment of society in the minimum way, like, you're not actually helping anybody. And that's for all the politicians, regardless of which political party they affirm to. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Goodbye.